السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي جعل الشمس والقمر حسبانا والنجم والشجر يسجدان، فضل إنسانا على إنسان وزمانا على زمان، كما فضل مكانا على مكان، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا ونبينا وعلانا وأولانا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy, Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 39. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين، رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد رسولا، بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. In this lesson we're going to learn, understand phrases, and we talked about there are 6 types of phrases we're going to learn, and we have studied and learned the first phrase. The second phrase is a positive phrase, and this phrase is made of mubdalun minhu and badalun. Let's go through the slots of al-jumlatul ismiyya, the mubtada'un and the khabarun. Mubtada is ma'rifa, khabar is nakira. In terms of al-ta'yin, in terms of al-i'rab, mubtada marfu', khabarun marfu'un. Then we have fi'l naqis or kana wa akhawatuha. Then we have the ismu kana, then khabaru kana. Ismu kana in terms of ta'yin is ma'rifa, khabaru kana is nakira. And in terms of i'rab, ismu kana is marfu' and khabaru kana is mansub. So any of the kana wa akhawatuha comes, whatever the kana wa akhawatuha, one of them, if it's laysa, we say ismu laysa, khabaru laysa. Then if you want to make al-jumlatul ismi emphatic, we need inna wa akhawatuha. So inna is the particle to make al-jumlatul ismi emphatic. So when inna comes, the mubtada is called ismu inna and the khabar is called khabaru inna. It is marfu', khabar is nakira. In terms of i'rab, ismu inna mansub and khabaru inna marfu'. All these slots, when it is a single word, we just talk about the single word. But sometimes these slots can be expanded and extended, make the slot bigger, and this is where the phrase comes in. So we've learned one phrase is called ma'atuf and ma'atuf alay. So both of these isms will come in one of these slots, and the ma'atuf and ma'atuf alay is connected with one of the huruf al-'atf. Just let's look at the slots of jumla al-fi'liya. The fa'il, the naibu fa'il, these are marfu'. So again, the fa'il can have, this slot can have a phrase. So one of the 6 phrases we're going to learn, it can be any of the phrases. In the slot of naibu fa'il, same thing, can be any of the phrases. So the first word of the phrase, we name that as the name of the slot, And the second ism, we name what is the phrase. Okay. Then the other slot is maf'ulun bihi. Again, this can be a phrase. Maf'ulun bihi thanin also can be a phrase. Maf'ulun fihi, maf'ulun mutlaqun, maf'ulun li ajlihi, and halun, mustathna, and tamyiz. All these slots, as we've learnt many times, they are mansub. Let's go through what is a phrase. Phrase is a group of two or more words that stands together as a single grammatical unit, slot. In other words, the expansion of the slots. A phrase is never a full sentence on its own. There are 6 types of phrases we're going to learn. Number 1, conjunctive phrase is made of ma'atufun alayhi, harfu atfin, and ma'atufun. Number 2, appositive phrase is made of mubdalun minhu and badalun. So in number 1, conjunctive phrase, our main word is ma'atufun. Okay, and the word ma'atufun alayhi will be the i'rab of the slot. Whatever the i'rab of the slot is, ma'atufun alayhi will have that. Our main word is ma'atufun, and we've learned the rules of conjunctive phrase. The ma'atufun follows the i'rab of ma'atufun alayhi. Number 2 is a appositive phrase. Our main word is badal. Our main word is badal. Mubdalun minhu will have the i'rab of the slot. If the slot is marfu, mubdalun minhu will have marfu. If the i'rab of mubdalun minhu, or the slot, is mansub, mubdalun minhu will be mansub. Badal will just follow the i'rab of mubdalun minhu. Descriptive phrase, same thing. There's man'utun and na'tun. And number 4, demonstrative phrase, ismul isharati and musharun ilayhi. Again, same thing. Our main word is over here is na'at. It will follow man'ut, or sifa, it will follow the mawsuf. Here, number 4, our main word is musharun ilayh. It will follow the i'rab of ismul ishara. Number 5, possessive phrase. Well, this one is a bit different. Our both will, no, the mudaf will have the i'rab of the slot. Whatever the slot is, mudaf will have that. And mudafun ilayhi, when we learn, we'll talk about the more details. It is always majroor. Mudafun ilayhi is majroor. And number 6, prepositional phrase. Here we use one of the harf jar, and the word after it is called majroor. So these are the 6 phrases. Alhamdulillah, we have completed the first one, conjunctive phrase. Now today we're going to look at a positive phrase, mubdalun minhu and badal. A positive phrase. And a positive phrase is a noun that replaces another noun right besides it. Okay, which will be our badal. Our badal is a noun that replaces another noun right beside it. And a positive is a bonus information. Okay, so it is the badal is more information of مبدل منه. The first noun is called مبدل منه. The second noun is called بدل. There are three types of بدل we're going to learn. The rules of badal is the badal will have the same i'rab as the mubdalun minhu. Okay, so these are the two new names we're going to learn. It is mubdalun minhu, the first word, and the second word is badalun. Mubdalun minhu, badalun. Mubdalun minhu, and badalun. There are three types of badal, and the rule of the badal is the badal will have the same i'rab as mubdalun minhu. Right? So what is a positive phrase? In other words, badal. A badal is a noun that replaces another noun right beside it. And a positive is a bonus information. The first noun is called mubdalun minhu. The second noun is called the badal. So our main ism over here is the badal. Okay. The mubdalun minhu will have the i'rab of the slot. If the slot is marfu, mubdalun minhu will be marfu. If the slot is mansub, mubdalun minhu will be mansub. If the slot is majroor, which we haven't done yet, but the mubdalun minhu will be majroor. Badal will just follow the i'rab of mubdalun minhu. Example: An-Nabiyyu Muhammadun. An-Nabiyyu Muhammadun. An-Nabiyyu Muhammadun. Here Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is a noun that replaces another noun beside it. So it replaces the word Nabi. It will give us more information. Which Nabi? There are so many Nabis. Which Nabi? So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the An-Nabi will be mubdalun minhu, and Muhammadun will be badalun. So badal will follow the i'rab of mubdalun minhu. Another example can say Al-Masihu Isa. Al-Masihu Isa. It's the same person. Both of them are same. The second word only comes to give us more information or replaces the first noun. Three types of badalun. The first type is very important for us. First type we see in the Quran and also in Arabic language. The second type of badal is also important. It comes some places in the Quran. Right, and the third one is not much of important to us. If you want, it doesn't come in the Quran, but it comes in the Arabic language. Okay. So don't worry about the third one if you don't answer or don't remember, but the first and second is important. Number one is called badalul kulli min al kulli. Total replacement. If you take the first word out, still the jumla will be complete. If you take the second word out, still the jumla will be complete. But with both of the words, gives us more information or the bonus information. بدل الكل من الكل, total replacement. Number 2, بدل البعض من الكل, partial replacement. So بدل is part of مبدل منه. بدل الكل, بدل is complete of مبدل منه. بدل البعض من الكل, it is a juz or part of the main, of the total, of the kull. And number 3, بدل الاشتمال, بدل الاشتمال, abstract replacement. Badal is not whole of mubdalun minhu. Badal is not juz or part of mubdalun minhu, but this is associated with mubdalun minhu. Abstract, something associates with the mubdalun minhu. Okay, so badal al-kull min al-kull is the total, both is same. Badal and mubdalun minhu exactly the same, same. Badal al-ba'd min al-kull, the name suggests, it is part of the main or the kull, and badal ishtimal is something to do or associated with mubdalun minhu. So I'll say some examples. Inshallah, you'll understand from the examples. بدل الكل من الكل, الجملة الفعلية, and total replacement. So let's look at the example and understand. حضر, from here we know the jumla will be الجملة الفعلية, and this is the first صيغة في الماضي. We need a file. المعلم, حضر المعلم سعيد. So we know the i'rab of معلم because of حضر. The i'rab of معلم is in the place of fa'il. Where does سعيد getting its i'rab from? It's not getting from حضر, because حضر is a fi'l, and a fi'l can have only one fa'il. So where is سعيد getting its i'rab from? We can say it is getting its i'rab from al-muallim. Then it cannot be the file. سعيد cannot be the file. So we have to give a name. What is it? Let's give a name. Can it be عطف? No. To be عطف, we need one of the حروف العطف. And there's no حرف عطف here. So what is it? Here we call it بدل. سعيد is replacing the word al-muallim. وسعيد is giving us a bonus information of al-muallim. And muallim and Sa'id is the same person. It is exactly the same, total replacement of muallim. Okay, so حضر المعلم سعيد. So حضر is a fi'l, al-muallim. So this whole slot is the fa'il slot. مبكرا. مبكرا. This mubakkiran, we can see it is in nasab case, it is mansub. Where is he getting his i'rab from? Is mubakkiran getting his i'rab from hadara? We have one slot which is fa'il. We have another slot which is called maf'ulun bihi. Just think, is hadara or is a mubakkiran getting i'rab from hadara? Can it be maf'ulun bihi, mubakkiran? Think. No, it's not maf'ulun bihi. Can anyone tell me what it is? Mubakkiran. It means early. Mubakkiran means early. Can anyone tell me the slot? The name of the slot, the word mubakkiran is in. We can say it is nasab, mansub. So think all the slot of mansub in al-jumla fi'liya. It cannot be maf'ulun bihi. Can it be maf'ulun fihi? Is it given as a meaning of place or time? Early? No. Can it be maf'ul mutlaq? It has to be same as the fi'l, the masdar of the fi'l. So it's not. Is that maf'uli ajlihi? Because of this, is done the action? No. Come on, anyone? Mubakkiran. Is there an istisna or mustasna? No, there is no other istisna here. Can it be a hal? Yes, it is a hal. Okay. حضر المعلم سعيد مبكرا, early. So, state of the muallim. Right. تركيب حضر في الماضي المعلم, which is the and سعيد together becomes the fa'il, مبكرا حال. Now, because we have two words in this slot, we need to name them, mention them. So, al-muallim mubdalun minhu, sa'idun badalun. So, this is called badalul kull min al-kull. So, badal is min al-kull, which is mubdalun minhu. The same person. If you take sa'idun out, حضر المعلم مبكرا. Yeah, the jumla is complete. Makes sense. And if you take muallim out, حضر سعيد مبكرا. Still, the jumla is complete. Translation: the student, sorry, not the teacher. The teacher Saeed came early. إعراب: حضر فعل ماض مبني على الفتح. المعلم فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفع الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. سعيد, this is what we need. This is how we do the إعراب. Exactly the same, but we just mention the name. سعيد بدل من المعلم. بدل, or we can say بدل مرفوع وعلامة رفع الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. But if you just mention بدل from what? If you just mention that word, بدل من المعلم مرفوع وعلامة رفع الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. Okay, let me just change the translation here. And مبكرا حال منصوبة وعلامة نصبها الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. Let's look at another example. بدل الكل من الكل الجملة الفعلية. It is a total replacement. أرسل الله النبي. أرسل الله النبي. Look, you can see it is فعل, then فاعل, then مفعول به. أرسل يرسل, to send. النبي, which Nabi, to give us more information. محمدا. أرسل الله النبي محمدا. So النبي is getting its إعراب because it's مفعول به. So where does the word محمدا getting its إعراب from? It cannot be مفعول به ثاني. These are not two things, is it? Allah sent a Nabi or the Nabi, then he also sent Muhammad. No, this whole slot is one. So Muhammad is getting his Arab from An-Nabi. So we give a name Muhammad Badal, and the word An-Nabi Mubdalun minhu. Arsala fil madi, loves Allah, fa'il, An-Nabiya Muhammadan, all slot is maf'ulun bihi. But in this slot we have two isms, so it is a phrase. Let's give them a name. An-Nabiya Mubdalun minhu, Muhammadan Badalun. Allah sent Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So in Badal, when we translate in English, so after the Mubdalun minhu we have a comma. In English translation, after the Mubdalun minhu have a comma, then Badal comes. Allah sent Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Do the I'rab of this jumla. أرسل فعل ماض مبني على الفتح. الله لفظ الجلالة فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفع ضمة الظاهرة على آخره. النبي مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. So when we do the I'rab, the first word in the slot, we just do the normal. So النبي is مفعول به, and we do the I'rab. النبي مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. Then we do the I'rab of the Badal. Muhammadan. Badalun from what? Replacement of what? It is a replacement of Mubdalun minhu, which is An-Nabiyya. So Badalun min An-Nabiyya mansubun wa alamatu nasbi al-fathatu al-zahiratu ala akhirih. Right. Oh yeah. I did not see the messages. So if we go back, if you want the word mubakkiran, actually it means early, but if you look in a way, it's not giving a meaning of time, is it? Early, is it time? Mubakkiran. It is a ism fa'il. The mubakkiran is ism fa'il, and ism fa'il comes as a hal in the jumla. How can I explain this? Mubakkiran is not a solid name of a zaman. Okay, it's not a solid name of a makan. That's why it cannot be maf'ulun fihi. So while he was quick enough, that's what mubakkiran will mean. Okay? Mubakkiran is not a solid name. For example, yawm. Yawm is a name of a time, a solid name. Yeah. And amama, in front. So it is a solid name, and is giving us meaning of makan, a solid name. So mubakkiran is not a solid ism. It's made of a fail, which is called ism fa'il. Okay, so this ism fa'il, when it comes in a jumla, most of the time it becomes hal. So let's look at this now again. I hope you understood this example. Arsalallahu nabiyya Muhammadan. So why is it badalul kul min al kul, a total replacement? Because is an-nabi and the word Muhammad is the same person. Muhammadan is not part of an-nabi, is it? No, so it cannot be the second one. Muhammad, the word Muhammad is not something that associates with Nabi. No, so it cannot be the badalul ishtimal, the third one. Another example, badalul kulli min al kulli. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqima sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. The rest of it, okay? Or just to understand our main words here, just to understand. So we did this example in the previous lessons. Okay, so ihdina, you can see the na is getting its i'rab from sorry about that. It's getting its i'rab from the fail. This is na is maf'ul. Okay, and the word hada yahdi, as we've learned, it needs two maf'uls. So as-sirata also maf'ul bihi thanin. Okay, we leave al-mustaqim for now. Yeah. And this sirata, where is this word getting its i'rab from? It cannot be the third maf'ul. Was hada yahdi, don't have the third maf'ul. It doesn't have three maf'uls. It has two maf'uls, which we already have it. So where does sirata is getting its i'rab from? Now we can say it is getting its i'rab from the word as-sirata. If we take this whole phrase out and we say ihdina sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, the jumla is complete. It makes sense. So this sirat is the same sirat as sirata. So this is replacement of this. To give us more information, bonus information, the path of those whom you have favored. Okay, so this sirata is same as this. So let's look at the tarkib. Ihdina, sorry, it's a fail amr, okay, plus the fa'il, plus the maf'ul. Because the fa'il is hidden in here, mustathir wujuban, which is anta, and the na is maf'ulun bihi, awwal. As-sirata, and all this will become the maf'ulun bihi thanin. Maf'ulun bihi thanin. right? So within this, all these we have to mention one by one. So far what we have done the mubdalun minhu and the badal. What about the al-mustaqim? What about the alladhina? We haven't done them, so I'm not going to talk about them now. Maybe in the next lesson we'll talk about al-mustaqim. So this sirata is getting its i'rab from as-sirata. Well, why isn't it following then? It is following. What did we say? Badal follows mubdal minhu only in i'rab, not in ta'yin. It doesn't have follow ma'rifa nakira. Only follows the i'rab. So here is following the i'rab. Mansub. So the translation will be to guide us to the path, and the description of the path is straight. So guide us the straight path, the path of those. Sirat al-ladhina. The i'rab ihdi fi'lu amrin mabniyun. على حذف حرف العلة. مبني on what? على حذف حرف العلة. In مضارع it was يهدي. The حرف علة was the ya. When it comes to فعل الأمر becomes مجزوم, and the علامة is حذف حرف العلة. والفاعل ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنت. مع المفعولين ضمير متصل مبني على السكون في محل نصب مفعول به. Then we need the الصراط مفعول به ثاني منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. We leave the إعراب of المستقيم for now. Let's go to badal. Sirata badalun from what? From not al-mustaqim. It is badal from as-sirata, which is mansubun wa alamatu nasbi al-fathatu al-zahiratu ala akhirih. What happened? Sorry. Yeah. Sirata badalun min as-sirati. Sorry, badalun min as-sirata. That is the word we're talking about. We cannot change the haraka or the i'rab of it, can we? Badalun min as-sirata mansubun wa alamatu nasb al-fathatu al-zahiratu ala akhirih. The word alladhina, we did learn this. It is the ism al-mawsul, okay, ism, and it is mawsul, but we haven't talked or learned more about ism al-mawsul, so we will talk when we learn ism al-mawsul. Or ism al-mawsula. Next. Okay. Another example, badal al-kull min al-kull, a total replacement. This will be jumlatul ismiyatu. Yeah. An-nabiyyu Muhammadun. So here, an-nabiyyu, where does this i'rab is getting its i'rab from? From al-ibtida. This is the starting noun. Starting noun is always marfu, which is mubtada. So where does the word Muhammad getting its i'rab from? It's not the ibtida, it's not the beginning, is it? So remember, every ism, it needs something to get its i'rab from. So now the word Muhammadun, it's getting its i'rab from an-Nabi. So one word can get its i'rab from another word by a few things. Number one is through atf. Here we don't have a harf atf. Number two is badal. So aminun is another different slot. So an-Nabiy Muhammadun, these two words comes in one slot, which is takib mubtada'un, and aminun is the khabar. So an-Nabiy is mubdalun minhu, Muhammadun is badalun, and aminun is the khabar. Okay. Translation: the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is trustworthy. Aminun. So as we said, all the phrases we are going to learn, it can come in main slots, like mubtada, like khabar, like fa'il, like naibu fa'il, maf'ulun bihi awwal. It can come in maf'ulun bihi thani. Okay, these are the main slots of the sentence. So the other slots, like maf'ulun fihi, in the maf'ulun mutlaqun, maf'ulun li'ajlihi, halun, the mustasna and the tamyiz, well, we'll look at later on. Not all those slots a phrase comes in. Maybe a few of them, but not. But these are the main ones: mubtada, khabar, fa'il, naibu fa'il, and both maf'ulun fihi. These are the main slots. We'll see phrases a lot. Translation, the i'rab: an-Nabiyyu mubtada'un marfu'un wa 'alamatu raf'i dammatu adh-dhahiratu 'ala akhirih. Muhammadun badalun min an-Nabiyyu marfu'un wa 'alamatu raf'i dammatu adh-dhahiratu 'ala akhirih. And aminun khabarun marfu'un wa 'alamatu raf'ihi dammatu adh-dhahiratu 'ala akhirih. Okay. Right. Okay. Next example is badalul ba'di min al-kull. So the mubdalun will be part of badalun minhu. It's not whole of it, it's not kull, it is part of, from the kull. The kull we call a mubdalun minhu, that is the kull, and the replacement is not whole of it, replacement is the part of it or juz of it. قرأت بجملة فعلية. قرأت. By looking at it, we can see the file already is present. We need a مفعول به الكتابة. قرأت الكتابة. Where does al-kitab get against i'rab from? From the mansub slot. It is mansub. Nisfahu. We're not going to talk about the dhamir now, just this word nisf. The word nisfun is half, means half. Nisfun, nisfan, nisfin. It can have all three Arabs. So what is the Arab here? Nisfa. It is mansub. So where does this getting its Arab from? Can it be maf'ulun bihi thani? No. Qara'a just needs one maf'ul, which we have al-kitaba. So So it must be is getting its i'rab from the previous word, al-kitaba. How? Well, through phrases. Number one, can it be معطوف? No, we need harf عطف there, and there is no harf عطف. The next one has to be badal. It is replacing al-kitab, but it's either replacing whole of it or part of it. Part of it. Nisfahu, half from the kitab. Yeah. We can say rubu', 1/4 of the kitab. So it is part of kitab. Okay. Another example we find in the grammar books is the juriha zaydun. Juriha. Jaraha yajrahu is to get injured. So juriha zaydun ra'suhu. So Zayd, whole his body is not injured, but ra'suhu is injured, his head. So Ra'as is part of Zayd, a juz of Zayd. So same thing here. Qara'atul kitaba, not whole of it, nisfahu, half of it. So this nisf is badal al-ba'd. بدل البعض من الكل, partial replacement, not whole, partial. قرأت فعل ماضي plus the فاعل, الكتابة نصفه comes in one slot, which is مفعول به. الكتابة مبدل منه, نصف is بدل, نصف بدل. I read the book, half of it. I read the book, half of it. إعراب قرأت فعل ماض مبني على السكون. Why we know فعل ماضي is مبني على الفتح. Why the سكون? لاتصاله بتاء الفاعل. التاء الفاعل is attached. والتاء تاء الفاعل ضمير متصل مبني على الضم في محل رفع فاعل. الكتابة مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. نصف بدل من الكتاب منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. This example is very interesting. It is the Quranic ayah. بدل البعض من الكل. As I said, the بدل الكل من الكل is the main one we need to remember. It comes everywhere. It comes in the Quran, it comes in Hadith. Yeah. Another example, for example, Umaru, for example, Umaru ibn. Another one. Abdullah ibn Umar. I know there is a mudaf ilayh, so I'm not getting to that. So Abdullah ibn Umar. If you look, Abdullah. So Abdu, the dal has a dhamma there. So what will the Arab of ibn get? Ibn. Where will the ibn, the word ibn, get his Arab from? Because it's the same thing. Abdullah and Ibn Umar is the same person. So the word ibn will get the Arab from the word abd, abdu, which is marfu. Yeah. So in Hadith and in Quran, in Arabic language, we'll get badalul kul min al kul most of the time. But badalul ba'd min al kul sometime. Okay. In the Quran, this is the example, badalul ba'd min al kul. خلق الزوجين. خلق الزوجين. The word زوج, زوج is husband. Yeah. زوجين, both mates. Okay, mates. زوجان is the marfu case, and زوجين is the زوجان marfu case, and زوجين, which is مثنى, the mansub case. خلق الزوجين الذكر والأنثى. Very interesting. Look at the tarkib as well. Tarkib also very interesting. خلق فعل الزوجين. Where is getting era from? Okay, خلق فعل ماضي plus the fa'il, because after خلق we don't see any ism in marfu case, so the file must be mustatir, hidden. خلق الزوجين. Where this is getting its era from? From the slot itself. This is the slot of the mansub slot. That's fine. الذكر. Where does الذكر getting its Arab from? Is it from خلق? No, خلق needs only one maf'ul, which we have as زوجين. So الذكر is getting its Arab from الزوجين. الزوجين is mansub, so الذكر mansub. والأنثى. Where does الأنثى getting its Arab from? Is it from الزوجين, or is it from الذكر? Well, we need a phrase. Let's look at it. What phrase is it? Yes, حرف عطف. So الأنثى is getting its Arab from الذكر. Yeah. So we cannot say الذكر والأنثى. All of this is بدل الكل. الزوجين, two mates, which is ذكر and أنثى. If you think, this can be بدل الكل. So both of them makes الزوجين. It can be بدل الكل, but it's not. Look at the first. الذكر is getting its Arab from الزوجين, but الأنثى is not getting its Arab from الزوجين. It is getting its Arab from الذكر. So this is different. All the meaning seems the same, but in the Arab or the tarkib is different. Yeah. So الزوجين الذكر والأنثى, all of this is one slot, مفعول به. Now in this slot we have one word, الزوجين, الذكر, then wa, then الأنثى. We need to break them up. Let's see. First is بدل. الذكر is بدل. It is following مبدل منه. Okay. Then we have حرف عطف. وحرف عطف. It needs the word after حرف عطف is معطوف. Yeah. And معطوف needs a word to follow, which is الذكر معطوف عليه. Okay, so in this slot we have both of the phrases, the appositive phrase, then we also have the conjunctive phrase, مبدل منه and بدل, also معطوف عليه and حرف عطف and معطوف. Now look at the translation. He created the two mates, the male and female. Okay, I'm just doing translation as it is. The words are in front of us, but there are other words before it. وَأَنَّهُ خَلَقَ الزَّوْجَيْنِ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنثَى. When we add that, the translation will change a little. Yeah? Without adding that, I'm just translating as it is. خَلَقَ الزَّوْجَيْنِ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنثَى. He created the two mates, the male and the female. Let's look at the إعراب quickly. خلق فعل ماض مبني على الفتح والفاعل ضمير منفصل, which is هو, منفصل, separated, مستتر جوازا تقديره هو. الزوجين مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصبه الياء لأنه مثنى. الذكر بدل من الزوجين منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. وحرف عطف مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. الأنثى معطوف على الذكر منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة المقدرة على الألف. Remember the word al-untha, it has the alif maksura at the end. So whenever we have alif maksura at the end, the alamat is al-muqaddar. So in our case, وعلامة نصب الفتحة المقدرة على الألف, it is not showing, it is preventing منع من ظهورها, it is preventing from appearing or from to be visible at ta'azzur, impossible. So علامة نصب الفتحة المقدرة على الألف منع من ظهورها التعذر. Okay, so if you don't understand the first time, I think watch this video and this part again, inshallah you'll understand. Lastly, بدل الاشتمال, abstract replacement, which is called the badal will be associated in somehow with mubdalun minhu. It is not kull, it is not the total replacement, it is not badal is not a juz or part of mubdalun minhu. It is something that associates with the mubdalun minhu. أحب, أحب يحب is to like or to love. أحب الطالب, أحب الطالب فعل فاعل مفعول. أخلاقه, أخلاقه, I think I forgot to translate this jumla. أحب الطالب أخلاقه. So here we know the word at-talib is getting its i'rab from the slot, but what about the akhlaqa? Where is getting the i'rab from? Can it be maf'ul bi thani? No, وحب only have one maf'ul. So akhlaqa, it is getting its i'rab from at-talib. How? Because of the phrase. So far we've done two phrases. One is the ma'atufun alayhi harfu atf and ma'atuf. Can it be that? No, it needs a harfu atf, which is not there. It has to be the appositive phrase we are doing, which is the badal. So this is the badal of a talib. But is it badalul kull? Is it this akhlaq is replacing a talib totally? No, it's nothing to do with talib. Is it replacing part of it? It is his hand. Is it the face of talib? It is the eyes of talib. It is the رأس, head of طالب? No. أخلاق, character, something is to associate with a طالب. Okay, so I like the أخلاق, the characters of the student. So أحب فعل مضارع, فعل مضارع plus the فاعل, and you need the مفعول به. الطالب أخلاقه is the مفعول به. So in this slot we see two isms, or rather three isms. The ha dhamir, we haven't done it yet, so we're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about these two isms we see. So one has to be mubdalun minhu, the other one is badal. But if it's not kul, it's not badal al-kul. If this badal is not juz or part of mubdalun minhu, it cannot be badal al-ba'd. It is badal al-ishtimal, something associates with mubdalun minhu. As I said, I did not translate. I like the character of the student. Let's do the Arab. أحب فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفع الضمة الظاهرة على آخره والفاعل ضمير منفصل مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنا. الطالب مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصب again I didn't change that. وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. Okay. And أخلاق بدل من الطالب منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. So let's change this too quickly. وعلامة نصبه. Okay. Okay, I like the character of the student, and these are the Arab of it. I know this lesson is almost 1 hour. As I said, I try my best to complete one subject in one go. I don't want to leave it. This is what. So those of you watching, if you don't have time, just watch 10-15 minutes, then later on come back, then watch 10-15 minutes again, then later on come back. This is how, inshallah, we're able to understand. So this is the end of lesson number 39. We ask Allah to give us the ability and the tawfiq. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.